Today is leg day, definitely my favorite day by far, and I'm doing quads and adductors. But before I go to the gym, I just want to give you guys a few tips on stuff that I do when I train legs to get my legs as big as possible. So the first tip would be to leave squats alone. Don't do squats. I don't do squats, and I haven't done squats in like maybe 2.5 years now. I haven't touched squats at all. And the reason being is it's so easy for you to get hurt when doing squats. So I'd rather do leg extensions, lunges, leg press, hack squat, V squat, Smith machine squats. I love doing Smith machine squats. I'd rather do those versions or those other types of squats or leg movements than doing normal squats. Also, when you're doing squats, you incorporate a lot of your back and you focus on your form and you try to get your form perfect to the point where you aren't focusing on actually training legs anymore. You're so focused on just getting your form right and actually moving the weight from point A to point B, just getting the weight up, that you aren't really training your quads anymore. The next thing about leg day, another tip that I would give to you guys, is to chase the pump. So try and force as much blood as possible into your quads. When I do quads, like for example today, I'll do my sets, whether that is on leg press or leg extensions or Smith machine squats. I'll do my set, and then right after my set, when I'm resting, I'll do lunges or I'll do sissy squats, whatever. I'll do some type of other movement just to keep the blood flowing, even if it just means standing next to the machine and just flexing my quads. Then I'll do that so the blood can keep on flowing and flowing and flowing, and I can keep the pump in my legs. Otherwise, especially when you're doing legs, I tend to rest maybe 4 minutes sometimes between my sets because I'm tired. It's compound movement, like it's heavy weight, so I need the rest. And then when I get back to my movement, it feels like I'm just starting to train now today because the blood is just gone. The blood isn't in my legs anymore. You know that feeling right after you did a heavy set or you did a drop set, and after you drop the weight, it feels like your muscle is flexed without you flexing it. That is your muscle being pumped, and that means a lot of the blood that's in your body has moved to that muscle, which is exactly what you want, because you want to tear the muscle to then build the muscle back up again when you rest. And the best way to tear your muscles is, number one, to keep your muscle under tension. So making sure that you aren't just throwing around weight and that you keep tension on your muscle throughout the entire movement. And also number two, keeping blood in your muscle, because if there's a lot of blood in your muscle, then you're giving yourself the best chance of actually tearing the muscle and training it correctly. A third tip that I could give is, as I just also mentioned, to keep tension on your muscle. When you're doing, for example, Smith machine squats, make sure that you aren't locking out your legs. So when you stand up straight again, don't lock your legs out, because what happens is when you lock your legs out, number one, you could be prone to injury. So if the weight is too heavy and you lock your knees out really fast, your knee could bend the other way, which is not good, obviously. And the second thing is, if you lock out your legs, the tension isn't on your quads anymore because you're not using your quads anymore. Now the tension is just on your bone structure going down your legs, going down your spine. But if you always keep your legs bent a little bit in your set, then your quad is always activated. And if you're not sure when your quad is activated, you can just like put your hand on top of your quad and you can physically feel your quad flexing. You want your quad to basically always be flexing to keep it tensioned throughout the entire set, from when you start the set until you end the set. Now, this will do a few things. Number one being, you won't be able to lift as heavy as you'd like to, and you won't be doing as much reps as you'd like to. But in return, you're getting much more muscle growth and muscle tears out of the exercise. So if your goal is to become a powerlifter and you want to lift heavy, then you can lock out your knees. But if your goal is to become bigger and also in the process you will become stronger, then don't lock out your knees. Do the movement properly and you'll see you'll get the best results from that. So when you do legs next time, remember everything that I just mentioned to you. I'm now going to drink a bit of water. I always drink quite a lot of water before I go to the gym. Gonna drink my pre-workout, and also just gonna eat some carbs, maybe some apples, just to give me some energy when I'm going to the gym now later today. Enjoy the video, enjoy the quad workout, and the stuff that I just mentioned, look out for it when I'm actually exercising, so you can see me actually doing it, and maybe that'll give you a better idea of what I mean by everything that I just told you.